जय राम मनोरमा जय गोपी जनवाला भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषाय शून्यवादी पाषाणदेशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे. So previous shloka was also, analogy, the use of analogy here trying to understand Krishna. Just like in a tree, you put water in the root, the water goes everywhere. Suppose you don't put water in the root, you take a syringe and you say with the syringe I will put water in every leaf, every fruit. It is practical. Can you do that? Every leaf you will take an injection, you will give water. And put in the root. In fact, they have studied some trees are like coconut trees, so many trees. If you have to transfer water to the top of coconut tree, you need a pump. If you have to directly transfer. Correct? Suppose you have a bucket of water and you take a pipe and take the pipe to the top of the coconut tree. Water will come there. Will water come there? Will water come? You need to pump, no? The tree, what is the pump in the tree? Water from the bottom goes to the top. They have system actually. They have analyzed. It's unimaginable. These are the coconut trees are some height. There are some trees which go much higher. Coconut tree also have good height, but there are some trees much higher. And they are bewildered actually. And they have done it. They have taken a pump. They said, this much size of pump, we need to take water to this side. And then they've gone inside the tree and they're bewildered the beautiful arrangements which are there. So anyway, when you put water in the root of the tree, automatically it goes everywhere. Similarly, when you want to eat food now, but instead of putting food in the stomach, you say, no, something I'll put here. Here also I give injection, here also. Is it practical? Put in the stomach, it goes everywhere. In the same way, if you serve Krishna, yatha taror moola nishechanena tirpyanti saskanja bhujopashaka prana upahara chaitendriyana tataiva sarvarana panchadya. The same way, if you serve Krishna, everybody is served automatically. Madhav Seva is Madhav Seva, not reverse. Not is even very unfortunate. Even in Tirupati, they have put a slogan, Manav Seva, Madhav Seva. That is for fools. Therefore, Prabhupada used to say in America, you may say Manav Seva, first thing you will not do anything. On top of it, you kill the cows because your vision is not complete. You may protect your countrymen, but you kill some cows to slaughter cows. So when somebody loves Krishna, he automatically loves everything. Somebody asked Prabhupada this question, we have told 100 times, that what your religion teaches how to love other living entities or to other person. Prabhupada said we have nothing to do. Our business is how to love Krishna. Automatically we love. This is the beauty actually. But now next, in this shloka which we read today, it is said just like a sun is there. Now sun absorbs everything. And so because of sun only this water is produced, evaporated from the ocean, and the clouds, they give rain to us. It is because of the energy of the sun. Okay? How the cloud is because of the energy of sun only? Because sun is there, water is evaporating. Okay? From the oceans, it forms cloud. And then rain is there. We have now rain will come. But same sun will take away all the water and absorb everything. And at least in Bangalore we are lucky, but in some places people die in the summertime. There is nothing to eat. It's all dry. It's all dry. Even you go through this place, no? From here to Bangalore you go to that Ghat section. After rain you go, it looks so beautiful. There will be waterfalls, everything, so much vegetation, wonderful. Go when the summertime now you go, you dry, all the waterfalls will be dried up, no vegetation, nonsense grasses there. So the point is that just like the sun absorbs everything, and it is also because of all the water, all the rain. The same way everything is made from earth only, and it goes back to earth one day, everything goes back to earth. You make buildings and after some time the buildings collapse, 50 years, 100 years. Sometimes before also because not proper design. Recently in Bangladesh on building collapse, 700 people were dying. 700 people were there. They were living in the building, right? Whatever, some complex, right? And then in Bombay, one building collapsed and again some people died. So anyway, the building collapses. So earth it comes and again become earth. Everything. It may not collapse today if you properly maintain, but in 100 years every building has to collapse. It will not live more than 80 years maximum. 100 ultimate if you are really maintaining well. It has to collapse. So the point is this. Therefore previous times they were very intelligent. They made all the temples of stones, not of the cement. They last for a very long time. Thousands of years the temples have lasted. Because they make of stones. You think they are advanced. What is their advancement? Prabhupada used to laugh. But they are advanced. I didn't look at it. They are more intelligent. What are stones? And the light is much more. Also here the buildings are the Jagannath Puri temple. And true, some renovation is needed. But they make of stones that last long. Today, and what they didn't have any crane and all the lifting is heavy stones. Somehow they are doing. So the point is that everything is absorbed back. We see either the rain or the earth the same way. Everything comes out of Krishna. And finally everything is absorbed in Krishna. This cycle goes on. Creation, destruction. Creation, destruction. And this is where again, meditating on the scientists, again, we differ from this. They have an idea one day creation happened. And that also they say by accident. We don't take it by accident. We say there is a Lord. Nothing happens by accident. Accident is for fools. And then they say, because then we question them, how is it that we see everything in this world as so exact? We have so many constants, they have exact value. If it was not like that, if the gravitation of moon is less than Earth, if we had the gravitation like moon here, we can't even go up. It's very inconvenient. And still less than even atmosphere will not be there. Because a moon has no atmosphere. We have to some power to it. We have no air to breathe. We have no air to breathe. How do we living in this body? True. If you want to live on a moon, you have to have a different body, not like the earthly body. That's practical. But just like in water, we live in a different way. So in earth, we live in a different way. So whatever it is, we are living on earth, we need certain things. And we see all the constants that we have, not only the gravitation, the electron, all the constants that we know in our physics, the value is exact to the decimal point. They say if this constant will change even by 1 part in a billion spot, no life can exist on Earth. And there are not one, there are many constants like that, capital G, small g, so many constants. So the question that comes at, Now, who set this constant so exactly? Who did it? So immediately anybody will say there has to be a fine tuner, and that is God. The scientists, they definitely have this puzzle, and they have found a unique way of solving. They have created a proposition that actually there is not one. There are 10 to the power of 500 universes. They have to go to this level to explain this. And this universe just happens to be one by an accident in which all the values are what we want. The total number of atoms in the universe is 10 to the power of, sometimes they say 64, 10 to the power of, because it's 1 power you are going. So 10 to the power of 40, 50. Maximum 10 to the power of 64. And the total number of universes they are saying is 10 to the power of 500. One thing, there are unlimited universes, that we also agree. What is the shloka? Koti. Koti. There are crores of universes. Brahma Samhita, Jagadanda Koti. And we just read that. So there are Jagadanda Koti. Jagadanda Koti means there are millions of universes. Yasya Ekanishva Shudakala. No, not this one. Yasya Prabha Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti. Koti. There are crores of universes. It's already been taught. It's not that there is a new idea you got recently. You got this idea because you have no evidence of that also. You have no evidence of it. Even within the universe they can't tell so many things. But we are already talking beyond the universes. There are another billions of universes. Jagadanda Koti. Koti means crores. But we do not agree to this that there is no life on all of this. All of the universes, no life. Here it is. And how is it? All the parameters are fixed by an accident, the way it has to be for life. First thing, you don't understand that life is not the body. It's not easy to understand. It's like night we are discussing. It is like you are digging for gold in earth. In the same difficult way it is to dig out consciousness from matter. Opposite. We have to gold mining, we have to do like that, we have to dig out consciousness out of matter. It is not easy to separate body and consciousness. It is not easy. It requires realization. True. Also, Yasya Prasadat, Bhagavad Prasad. The first mercy of the spiritual master is that we can separate body and soul. The first mercy. It's a realization. I am not this body. So, this is not easy actually. So what they say that the creation is one-sided, by accident creation happened and world is expanding. But sir, the question is this, that it is not one way. The Vedic explanation is different. It talks about cyclical creation and destruction. Creation, destruction, creation, destruction, creation. Whole universe is created and then again absorbed back into the... Somebody has come up with that also, but they don't know the basis. They somehow want to remove God from the picture. Somehow. Somebody is asking this question, why do we need science anyway? So a devotee answered, yes, we always need. Because there are 4 sciences always needed even in Satya. What is the explanation here? Interesting. There are 4 kind of people. Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Brahmana wants knowledge, Kshatriya wants power, Vaishya wants money, Shudra wants to sleep. There are 4 kind of people. Correct? Shudra is all the time sleeping. You tell him, I'll give 50 rupees, you bring pluck coconut from the top of the tree. He will get up, click, he gets 50 rupees, he will go, he drinks something and again sleep. That's all. He has no capacity. So the Brahmana, his life is simple living, high thinking. He's trained like that. So his focus of life should be just live simply and to cultivate very advanced thought. What is the advanced thought? Vadanti tattva tattvam ajnanam advayam brahmeti paramatiti bhagavan is shabdate. He's trying to understand Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. That is what his thoughts are. Parabhavasthavadabodhajatam yamana jigyasa atma tattva. He is always into atma tattva, always absorbed in atma tattva. Otherwise, Brahmana considers his life a defeat. So this is therefore simple living, high thinking. A Kshatriya cannot live simply. He wants power. He can't live simply. But that power, it is seen that it does not misuse the power. He has given power, but it trained in such a way that he does not misuse the power. Just like now election, the one set of jokers have now been removed, another set of jokers have come. But the point is, we want to know, is anyone of them trained not to misuse the power? And every day we see them misuse the power. All nepotism, they give all, they steal the public tax money and give it to their relatives this way, that way. Yeah? We all know that. This way, that. It's said in the Bhagavatam, Kaliuga means organized looting. Previously, thieves are there, they go steal from somebody's house some money. But here, they take over the government itself. Now looter. All everybody's money. And not in 100,000, how much a thief will take? 10,000. You rob a bank, you get few crores. A lakh crores, organized looting. So that is Kaliuga anyway. And one set of people go, another set of people come. That will not solve the problem. The problem is to train people. How? Okay, you want power. Somebody doesn't want power, why? Because they say, we are not interested in becoming a politician. We don't want power, we want Krishna. Somebody wants power. Yes, we have to train him so he does not misuse the power. The training is required. Kshatriya training. He is given the qualities and abilities of a Kshatriya. Not only he has to not only misuse the power, he should use the power for good of the society. And then there is Vaishya. Vaishya means he wants money. Brahmana wants knowledge. Kshatriya wants power. Vaishya wants money. Shudra wants sleep. He all the time wants to sleep. So Vaishya wants money. So again he can misuse the money. Again training is required. So he does not misuse the money and he rather uses money. Therefore Vaishyas are trained in charity. So they use the money for good cause. And the Shudra is there. He wants to sleep all the time. Some training is given. Whenever he gets up, he has to obey the master. Because his hunger is there. He will sleep. Suppose he is sleeping all day. Then after that hunger is there now. Then he will go somewhere. Can you give me some work? Why I am feeling hungry? So they think. So they will say, okay, bring coconut from the tree. Or you remove grass, I will give you 100 rupees. He will take 100 rupees, he will drink, eat something and sleep again. And he sleep for 2-3 days till his hunger is not. Then again get up, no money, he will again go. So some work you have, that is Shudra. He has no capacity to organize himself and earn money and organize himself and get power. No, he can only work for somebody. Unfortunate thing is today, just like somebody told me, air hostess is nothing but glorified waiter. What is air hostess? Waiter only. But glorified. Special status. What is special status? Waiter only. Correct? Hotel restaurant is it, waiter is there. He will have a towel here and what you want, he will go run and bring. Similarly, air hostess is also the same on them. You are traveling on the plane. You tell, bring water, he will run and bring. Very special. What is special? Waiter only. So similarly, all the professions today are nothing but glorified Shudra. That's all. Glorified Shudra. All. Kaliuga is the age of Shudras. So now what happens is that you see the Brahmanas, they have a life, we can say, simple living, high thinking. Kshatriyas have a life, high living, high thinking. They can't live simple. You can't think Kshatriya will sit on a grass and below a tree. It's not possible. Kshatriya sits in a palace on a throne. He will not sit on a grass. You say you can sleep on a mat only. Kshatriya will not sleep on a mat. He will sleep on the big, like Kashipu. He wants very soft bed to sleep. That is Kshatriya. And then Vaishya, he is also high living, high thinking. Why is he making so much money? What does he want for? He is not, he wants to have everything golden plate, he will eat Vaishya. You hear of that? He eats all wonderful items. Both Kshatriyas and Vaishyas are actually enjoying. You want to. And then there is Shudra, that is simple living and simple thinking. You know high thinking. The highest of thinking is that of Brahmana, simple living, highest thinking. Kshatriya, you can say high living and higher thinking. It's not bad. Because Kshatriyas also know so much in the Vedic time. Evam Raja Shreya, Krishna also says Raja Rishis. They were not only Raja, they were Raja Rishis. And Vaishya is high living, high thinking. But Shudra is simple living, simple thinking. He has very little thinking. Simple, rather, sometimes he jokes simply living and no thinking. So that is the difference. Now the people who want high living, these two, for them, we need science. Material science. Otherwise spiritual science is there, no? Why is it that material science is given at all? Even in the Bhagavad there is a description of some material universe. Why it is given at all? And previously the sages used to provide that. Suppose somebody is there who is not having a child, Dasharath was not able to have a child, he prayed to some sage king, blessed him, he gave some sweet rice, and he had the 4 sons born, and he gave the prasada to his wives. So something like that. So they knew previously, and the sages knew how science, it's not the science was of science is always needed, because we have always Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. Brahmanas are always in minority, they are very small section, not even 25%, very small section, be 1%. Manushyanam sahasreshu Kashyati is very small, but they are pure. And not everybody can be like them, but they serve as wonderful examples. You get inspired to be like so ideal character. Correct. Kshatriya is watching a Brahmana, he wishes, but he knows he can't be like him. Man is so pure, full of knowledge. Therefore, when a Brahmana used to come to the assembly, this is time when they were pure Brahmana, not birth Brahmana. Either of the caste or section is not because of birth. And it's practical actually. With different people have to play different roles in society. Head, arms, belly, leg. That is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra respectively. So that is always there. In this social body, even in a company it is there. We have some visionary department, we have some department, accounts, finance department, we have some administration department, and we have the normal workers. Any big company you take, Infosys, TCS, any company will have these divisions. So it is very practical, very scientific division. A person is happy what he is doing because his nature is gravitated towards that. So now they need high living, therefore science has to be there. But previously the sages used to give that. In such a way, it doesn't harm them. But today, there are two kinds of designers, one is Vishwakarma, one is Mayadana. We hear of both of them in Bhagavatam. Today, scientists are of the nature of Mayadana, unfortunately. And they are studying mental energy to exploit it and enjoy it. Devotees study mental energy to know Krishna. And the Mayavadis is studying mental energy, the impersonalists, so that they can be free from the suffering imposed by the mental energy. But devotees study mental energy only for one purpose, to know Krishna. And because they know, sages used to know about mental energy, some manipulation is needed for Kshatriyas and Vaishyas. They are the teachers of the society. But today, mental energy is studied by scientists. And there is, even though there is a sincere research to know about mental energy, but the approach is to enjoy it and control it. Dami Buddhi Yogam Tam, so Krishna has not revealed to them properly. And they know the mental energy in a way they are harming themselves and harming the whole universe. Half knowledge is a dangerous thing. That is the problem. That is the problem. And the very outlook on mental energy is not correct. They have fundamentally many problems actually. Even though what we see is the showroom science, we see so many product sciences created, but fundamentally if we go, science has so many questions that they are not able to ask. They know fundamentally we have to revise very even conception of matter that we are looking at. We have to. And if they change it, There is a discussion on matter in the Bhagavatam also, Bhagavad Sankhya. If they change it according to the Bhagavad Sankhya, matter will not be so dangerous as it has become today. Things will not be so dangerous. The world will be much more peaceful. So we need science, but it is today, it's not in the way it should be completely. With a very outlook. So everything is coming out of Krishna. We are studying material energy independent of Krishna. And they studying material energy independent in the sense of creation. They say, no, God was there, He created and He died. No, sir, not only He is a creator, His material energy is still connected to Krishna. Completely connected every moment. Just like we are connected. And it is connected in a way. The Lord is there as Paramatma everywhere, even in the material energy. Correct? There is a connection. But somehow they don't know that. And if the connection is properly known and if the proper understanding is there, then it will be very useful. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki.